Hello my friends and welcome back to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Today it's Thursday and as usual on Thursday I'm doing this episode about expat expectations. So I go on Facebook, there is a lovely group on Facebook that I'm following, so it's mainly made of expats, different age, and they post something, they write something, they might have questions and so on, and so basically I'm reading the post and then I'm gonna read as well the answers for you to be aware of the situation if you're interested in this kind of topic. Okay, let's start reading what the post said. Hi all, I'm an American from New York City looking to spend the summer in Italy. As Italy has become one of my favorite places in the world, this summer I'm hoping to spend more time and fully immersing myself in the Italian culture. I'd love to find a summer job. Now, these are the key words, the point where she is looking for some advices. So, I'd love to find a summer job, whether that's a waitress, hostess, in a cafe, or working in social media, events, or hospitality. Or open to doing a cultural exchange program, for example. I'm a native English speaker and speak a little bit of Italian, so she has a bit of Italian. Working on improving my Italian, so her goal to spend the summer here is to improve her Italian. I'm really open to anything and anywhere in Italy. Then let me know, and so on. Okay, so now let's start reading the comments and what they suggest, what they recommend. For example, here one is saying, I'm not sure how it can be done legally. Now, this is one of the main things, okay? You can't just work in Europe. You would have to first check out the different type of visas to see if there is one for your situation. Now, because anyway, an American who wants to work in Italy or in Europe, in the EU zone, needs a visa. So basically you need a working visa. And I'd say already, I can already say that it's quite hard to get a working visa, in particular if it's a very short-term visa. Now, she's asking only for a summer job, because I believe that an American, a skillful American who is looking for a job in Europe on a long-term visa, it won't be hard to find a job, but obviously in a short term. So then someone replies she can if she has an EU passport. Obviously, I mean, obviously, and then someone else reply, she doesn't, so there is no way to work legally for a few months. And this, I don't think she does, so basically, because she would have said in the post itself, for example, if she had a dual citizenship, if she has a European passport. Obviously, if you are the holder of a European passport, you don't need visa to work in Italy or in the EU zone. Then, simply put, you can't work during your visit to Italy. Now this is an interesting comment. You can't work during your visit to Italy. There aren't enough jobs for Italian young people already in Italy. I'd say yes and I say no, so for me it's a bit controversial. However, you can look up an immersion language school while you are there, for example. Now, what this comment is saying, that basically come to Italy and maybe find a school where you can study Italian, but I believe that who wrote the post is looking to make some money during the summer. I mean, you might have two options: or you come here to spend money, or you come here to try to make some money. And this is the thing, you know. So basically, nobody replied to this comment. Then I wouldn't depend on a job to support myself. So again, we go back to this topic. You can stay in Italy 90 days without a visa. Okay, so basically an American citizen who wants to spend some time in Italy can spend up to 90 days without a visa. And anyway, that's already a good thing. 90 days are 3 months, so you can make a full immersion. Okay, you can spend time in Italy. 3 months is already a good amount of time where you can learn, you can improve your language, you can understand the dynamics, the mentality, and so on. But obviously it's on your expenses, because if you cannot work and you can spend 90 days, so you have to pay for accommodation, you have to pay for food, you might have to pay the bills. So again, if your plan is to make some money, I'd say this is not the best way, unless, for example, as an American, what I would do, I would work hard 9 months, then I would save enough money to spend 3 months in Italy, and I would do that. Then I improve, anyway, I'm becoming familiar with the country, and then maybe you might find some opportunities while you are here, because I see that there are opportunities in Italy. I'm totally against the people who are saying that Italy, you will never find a job and so on. If you really want, you're gonna find something. The only problem could be the payment, the pay rate. But as I always say, even if you're an American and you're working in McDonald's, you are not becoming rich. So you might find a job here, a simple job, not skillful job, and you are not becoming rich. I mean, here it depends what we are looking for. Then, that comment I read. Now there is a kind of long comment, but looks interesting, so let's read. Hello. As an American citizen, you can only really come for 90 days as a tourist, we already say that, unless you have a visa, which are difficult to get, especially a work visa for just a summer job, almost impossible. So to get a visa for such a short time, please be very careful of any offers you receive to work, especially as a young lady. There's a big celebration today here. I mean, here in Montemilone every day sounds like it's a big celebration. So anyway, we're getting closer as well to New Year, so fireworks, explosions, these type of things are very common. If you heard the sound, then especially as a young lady, as they may be illegal, working under the table, black job in Italian we say, and you don't know what the circumstances will be when you get there. So beware of the job offers she might get, for example, in the from the States, if she apply for some jobs. So this comment is warning. Then perhaps an international cruise line focused on Italy and the Mediterranean, for example, could be an option, or could be an option, or another option could be doing some volunteer work, for example, here in Italy, instead, to immerse yourself in the culture. There are also great groups of mixed cultural languages like Girls Gone International, which often organize many activities that you can take part in. Good luck. For example, I find this comment very useful because anyway, the first part of the comment, she is warning. She said, be careful, beware, be aware of the offers you might get, because there's a lot of illegal job. And from this point of view, I totally agree. And then, anyway, she gave few options, for example, a cruise job that would allow her as an American, for example, to work on this type of jobs, or volunteer work, for example, or groups about mixed cultures and languages, and so on. Let me see what they reply. who wrote the post replied to this comment and say thank you for the detailed message, much appreciated. Then someone said unless she's an EU citizen as well, but we already said that. Anyway, then what else what else people say? You need a work permit, and if you get one, you might find work as a tour guide for English-speaking guests. Now here there are a few comments, because anyway, to work as a tour guide, for example, can be an option. But it's a very controversial, because some are saying in the replies that, for example, let's read. As a legal tour guide in Italy, you must follow a course of studies, pass several tests, and have a license. People cannot improvise themselves as tour guides like in other countries. Now, who replied to this comment, for example, is Italian, and is warning, and it's saying, listen, to become a tour guide in Italy, it's not an easy process. I mean, you have to do exams, you need to apply, you need to have a particular license, and so on. But if you see it from an Italian point of view, they would say, they're gonna tell to you, yes, things are like this. But then, if you see from the foreigner point of view, who are already here, the expats who already moved to Italy, for example, are replying, what percentage of tour guides are legal? Again, because it's very easy. I mean, I'm not saying it's very easy, but I'd say it's possible to find an illegal job, for example, as a tour guide. Then someone said all of them are legal. Okay. So what percentage of tour guides are legal? I think I said illegal. Are legal? And someone replied, another not Italian, said all of them. Another one said, I used to work for two of the largest food tour companies, and none of our Italian guides were legal. So you see here it opens a word about legal and illegal job. Anyway, it's not really creating any hassle, even if you find, for example, an illegal job. That is possible to find again. If you're coming here for 3 months, I won't worry. No one will never say anything. Nobody will ever come to check. If someone is checking and doing an inspection, who could be in trouble is the employee, the employer. Sorry, that could be in trouble. But usually there are connections, so who is employing illegally has connections and nobody's going to check. So these type of things are extremely common in Italy, so don't worry. So guess your company didn't mind breaking the law. To be recognized as an official tour guide in Italy requires certification after studying and passing the government-sanctioned exams. That's true. Anyway, if you want to follow the legal procedure and become an official tour guide, yes. Then someone said, all the ones who follow the law and take their job seriously, for example. Obviously there are also the illegals who provide low-cost walking tours and such, but they are what you pay for, not a professional tour guide. You see, this one is completing the message. And some actually even charge an arm and a leg, which is even more sad considering they're a fraud. I actually am a client of tip-based non-professional tours in countries where it is legal to have such a part-time job. They are mostly students who try to make some money with tips, or passionate retirees who want to share their city. Anyway, I try to apply as a guide here, and anyway, they're all certified. Anyway, I was just curious. I went to ask because I love history, and anyway, they said that I had to apply for this and for that. I gave up straight away. Then anyway, just one person said, No, they don't mind breaking the law, and many companies are the same. So that's what we just said. Then let's change comment. Hi Danny. Danny, that's the name. You can certainly come and bask in an Italian summer up to 90 days without a visa, but legally you cannot work here, sorry. So that's what would recommend, for example. It said try to save some money, like many Italians do, for example, when they decide to go abroad, simply because they want to improve the language. So they might save some money, and then they might decide, for example, to go in a country and spend 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It depends on the money you save, on your budget, and then, anyway, you can get into the culture, improving the language, and so on. Now, you cannot work in Italy without a visa that allows it, and those are difficult to get. Italian employers are not legally allowed to hire a non-EU citizen unless they can show that you have skills not available in the local workforce. That's another thing, for example. If there is a company here who needs someone extremely skillful and they cannot find the area in Italy, not only in the area but in Italy itself, then they can open working visa. But again, she's looking for only for a short term. This might be good for someone who is looking for a long-term visa and is a very skillful person. So from this point of view, yes, you might find an employer who can sponsor you, but only in that case. Then someone replied, and it is much harder to do it in Italy than in the US. Just stating this, as so many from the US see how relatively easy it is for non-citizens to get jobs in America. Other countries, especially Italy, do actually crack down on following the laws about it. Yes, anyway, she means that it's much easier to find a job in the United States, for example, for even for an illegal, let me say. Yes, the US needs workers much more than Italy does. We know this anyway. And immigrants here in the US often take the jobs that Americans don't want. Italy's job market is much more difficult. It makes sense to keep those jobs for citizens. Yes and no. Yeah, again, for me, yes and no, in the meaning that, I mean, there is job here in Italy. It's not true that there isn't. I won't scare that much people who wants to work and may worry that they're coming here. All the people that I know that want to work, they find a job. Again, the thing is, you might not be becoming rich because it's not the best paid job in the world. That's another story, okay? That's simply, I don't think you get rich if you work in McDonald's in the United States, and I don't think you get rich if you work in the retail in Ireland, or if you work as a tour guide in Amsterdam. You don't get rich anyway. It is exactly the same in Italy. Now, this comment is interesting because it's replying to that one that says that in America, that in the States, illegal immigrants or immigrants are doing jobs that Americans don't want to do anymore. So, and this is very interesting. It is exactly the same in Italy. Illegal immigrants take jobs Italians don't want. True. I agree 100%. Almost all the farms hire illegal and pay them pennies. Now, why this situation? First of all, as we know, a lot of Italians are leaving Italy. For example, a lot of young labor force is leaving. So basically, then nobody wants to know Italians because they have the status of Italian. So nobody wants to go to work in the fields, for example, or nobody wants to do other type of jobs because, again, now Italian population is kind of decreasing, immigrants population is increasing, and so these Italian, they feel like a bit elite, and they don't really want to do not skillful jobs anymore. So almost all the farms hire illegal and pay them pennies. Of course it's known, nothing is done because otherwise there would be no veggies available for sale. And I agree, because even here in Montemilone, all the people who are working in the fields are immigrants who are temporary, mainly temporary, because I spoke with these immigrants, for example, that are from different nationalities. They work in the fields, their goal is to leave Montemilone, they don't want to stay here. Maybe the job is hard, maybe the job is not guaranteed, even if they can they make money, because I saw the payslip, I saw how much they're earning a month, and to be honest, it's not less than, they work hard, they work hard. Almost all the farms hire illegal, okay, that's already done. This is not exclusive to the US or Italy, it happens everywhere. Germany, France, Spain, as long as the immigrant isn't causing a problem, agree. The police turn a blind eye, totally agree. How do you think the millions of illegal immigrants eat and survive? 100% I agree. I mean, they said in the post, police, close the eye, blind eye, anyway, turn a blind eye. Anyway, let's see what else they reply under this comment. That sounds quite interesting. Someone said, no, it's not the same. Italy has a higher unemployment rate than United States. Italy has a higher unemployment rate with a contract, without contract. Are they all unemployed? I don't know. So basically, there is this problem with contract or without a contract. And Italian employers cannot legally hire non-EU citizens unless they have skills not available in the local workforce. We already discussed this. It is perfectly legal for US employers to hire non-citizens. Okay, so it seems like it's easier. Many jobs in the US, but anyway, I'm in favor of the American system. I mean, things should be much easier, but in Italy everything is complicated, believe me. They make things complicated on purpose, simply to let the people give up, fed up. From this point of view, it's a running obstacles, constantly you have obstacles here, so anyway, it's a disaster. From my point of view, here the bureaucracy is totally failing. I mean, it's so easy, it's so simple to make 3 laws. You make 3 laws in order and you make things easy. But here, because they're all eating thanks to these, let me say, these things not really easy. A lot of people are making their salaries on top of these things, legal salaries, so that's why things are so complicated in Italy. And I'm not saying in EU, because obviously in other countries of EU it's much easier. Anyway, here, it is perfectly legal, okay. Many jobs in the US are unfilled because there are no available workers to take them. And I totally agree. Immigrants in Italy also do the jobs Italians don't want to do, looking after the elderly, for example, washing dishes at the restaurant, working at the fields, cleaners, and so on. It's true that Italians don't want to do anymore these type of jobs. While me, for example, if I need to go to work, I would do my favorite job is washing dishes at the restaurant, dishwasher. That would be the perfect job for me. Easy peasy, I like it. You eat for free, so convenient. Anyway, depend on your age, wait, this is another comment here. Depending on your age, you could try an au pair or English learning summer camps. I don't think the camp have age requirements. I believe now nobody replied to this comment, but to be honest, for me this is one of the best. Au pair, why not? You might find. So actually, let me spend 2 words before I'm gonna close the video. Why it could be convenient as au pair? Because you might find the job already from the States, and so then you arrive here. The job might not be paid as an au pair, then could be maybe 2-3 hours a day, 5 hours a day, but you get free accommodation. And I think that, for example, if you want to spend just a summery job, then summer is so warm, you're enjoying, you might have a lot of spare time, and you go here and there, beaches. You pick the location anyway. Then someone say, do work away, you don't get paid, but you can stay for free and learn a lot of skills and learn to speak Italian. If you stay with Italians, not with other expats. Again, we are as an au pair job here. Do work away. Probably there is this group called Work Away, where you can find information about it as au pair. Then someone else said, I know some people who did work away and loved it. It is now how they travel and learn cultures. So I'd say anyway, an au pair for a summery job could be. I did it myself here in Italy, but also in Australia, and I love it. So basically, I'd say that then someone else say www.woof to start, or HelpX, so some different agencies or groups. Anyway, now only option work illegally, as 92% of immigrants do in Italy. Okay, so with this comment, my friend, I'm gonna close today's video, expat expectations. Actually, I wanna read again once this comment. Only option work illegally, as 92% of immigrants do in Italy. I love this comment. Looks like it's not Italian who is writing this comment. No, I don't believe 92% of the immigrants are working illegally, okay? I'd say 50%. 50% are working illegally, maybe even less. So I won't exaggerate. It's turning a bit strict as well. The law is not that much easier as it was several years ago. Okay, my friends, I hope you enjoyed. Now, there were more comments, but my video, I don't want to have my video longer than 30 minutes in this format, when I'm talking about expectations and so on. So, my friends, I wish you a lovely day, and I'll see you to my next video here on Italy A Place to Love YouTube channel. Then, put like and subscribe if you want to support my channel. That's very, very highly appreciated. Bye from Antonio, Italy A Place to Love.